Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is Tom. So I'm going to do something today that I think we all kind of wanted to do at some point in time. I'm going to open up some spam, including attachments. We're going to see what happens. Now, I've taken some precautions. Don't do this if you do not know what you're doing. I have an interesting little setup here. I got my coffee. Rarely drink coffee on my video stream, but I wanted to play some Weird Al in the background, particularly the song Spam. I was worried about a DCMA takedown, so I decided against it. So if you have noticed here, I'm using my Enlightenment or my OpenSUSE Enlightenment desktop view, simply because what I wanted to do, it was already set up, and if this system goes crashing and burning into the ground, so be it. Don't care. So I'm actually doing this build. The several precautions I've taken. I'm running this inside of a computer that has absolutely no hard drive. So supposing I'm going to open some crypto virus, which I think is potentially likely, it's not going to, definitely not going to damage anything internal to the system. Worst case scenario, I lose access to the video. The other thing I've done is I've bypassed my internal network entirely, and I'm running exclusively on my my modem. So I bypassed all firewalls and everything else. So this is going to be interesting. Now, I would have done this through something like Tails to completely anonymize my IP address, but I was concerned about system performance doing that, getting everything to work, and it took me quite a long time and a couple days to get things set up here right. So we're going to go ahead and go. I got the camera. I did an initial test run. The camera should be okay. Never sure. We're running this. What I'm running here is GUC view, and on Enlightenment, of course, I have the option to right-click and always keep on top and not display any, basically have borderless windows, which gives me a nice ability to have the camera feed going without any real issues. And then we're actually going to be doing all of our tests on Windows 10. So I have my Windows 10 here. I'm going to hopefully get rid of my border there. Well, I think I might need to do it from down here. Let me right click. Oh boy, of course I'm getting a little bug. This is one of the problems I've had with the Enlightenment desktop, is there's just a couple little bugs here and there. I should be able to right click on this and access the ability to get rid of my windows, because I want to get rid of the thing that says we're running on a Virtualbox up there in the corner. And now I lost the panel as well. That happened once in my test. We're just gonna run with it. Never mind. It says Virtualbox at the top. I think I've lost some desktop support, but as long as we're still recording and I'll be able to do what I'm going to do here, then that's all I need. So first, I'm doing pretty much everything through the Thunderbird app, just because I didn't want to give Microsoft all my access to all my main accounts, and so we're going to do it that way. But first, I just want to show you real quick, if you are utilizing the native mail app inside of Windows, and you happen to get an email come into you with a link in it, you never want to trust that link says what it's from, particularly if it's like log in here and it's like all perfect Outlook, theming, whatever else. If you hover over that link, you'll be able to see what that says. Now, of course, this is just a draft email from this particular mail app. So yeah, it is definitely legitimately the correct link, but hover over those URLs and see where that's sending you. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you inside of the native mail app. On the Thunderbird, what I did is I loaded my emails. Hopefully I don't get any new emails as I'm filming this, but who knows what happens. I get a lot of emails a day. I've scrubbed out all of the emails that were from real clients, and I kept pretty much the spam in here across a couple different accounts. I usually get a lot of spam on this one. So that kind of brings me to my first point in email spam, is it will come in waves. So you will get spam. If your email address gets on a spam list, you will get waves where you might get 40 to 50 spam emails in one day. And then all of a sudden, one day for about a month or so, you'll get nothing at all. Nothing. And this is one of the most spammiest email systems I've ever gotten. And for some reason, there's no spam in here. I don't know why. I haven't sent emails to it just to make sure the thing was working. Okay. So I sent this guy here up. What I have in here is I pulled out, obviously we can see a few of these with attachments, a few of them without attachments. I have some domain-y type emails up here. So we're going to talk about some of these different types of emails you'll get. So one of them is the type of email that kind of looks like this, where the subject says from mail delivery system. This is where somebody is either attempting to use your email system to send spam and it's rejected, or they're sending it in such a way that they're kind of sending it to you from you and it's rejecting. And there's really not much that you can do. These generally you're going to have an attachment copy of the email that was being sent. So we're just going to have to open this up here. So I don't know what all this stuff is. Let's see. So this guy here is where it says it's from, Kathy Worthy at cardinal.hr.coxmail.com. I don't know who that is. Or I would have deleted it. And so, there's just some basic information. And we're not going to be able to see anything else. Let's see. Message you sent requires you to verify that you are a real person. So this might be somebody utilized my email name in some spam message, which sounds a little disconcerting. Generally, the overall idea in the industry is that these aren't a real big deal. They're not the most common thing that you will encounter. Let's see. This one, of course, we have another one. RCF Avery.JohnClaim.es. Yay. Once again, this is a bounce back from some system that is looking for verification of who you are. So I'm just going to delete these guys. Now, if you happen to have websites and you're not like a full-scale professional web guy, this is a cool cup, by the way. It has a lid to keep the coffee hotter a little bit longer. It's pretty sweet. Had that thing for years upon years. I think I was like 16 when I got that. But anyway, if you are a person that you have some websites, maybe you just have one or two small websites and you choose to manage things, you may get emails that look like one of the two following emails. So this is one of them. And this is another one. And what they do is, because of the ICANN regulations that require you to have real contact information, if you're not using domain privacy, these companies scrape all of the information off of domains that they can possibly find. And so you'll get these types of emails. Again, they relate specifically if you have domains. Now, if you are a customer of mine, the first layer of security I use is I put you into my business under my main business name. So all these things just go to one business email and I know exactly what they are, because I don't want these to come to my clients. They might look at this and go, oh, $66, I got to pay online. And you click over here. Here's the secure online payment. Now on Thunderbird here, let me see if it's different in here. It might be different here. So here you can see the pay now. What you see is, look at the bottom of the screen, just above the Windows start menu there. You'll see that it is giving you a URL. Now, this is the first part of this is actually the URL, but really what's important anytime you get these things is the second part of it. That basically they're creating either some type of subdomain or something in here. And this is ecivresos.org. Hey, we're safe. We're going to click it. I can click stuff. Because I have this computer set up to be able to do this. So here, I can come over here, and this is the domain name. This is a physical therapy client I have in Wyoming. So over here, I can buy this here. And if a customer of mine doesn't know what they're doing, what these people are actually doing is, best case scenario, they're simply taking $64 for Domain SEO Service Registration Corp. Let me tell you this. There is no registration to put you on Google, put you on Yahoo, put you on nothing. Doesn't exist. They have crawlers. They crawl and they do it. If you want them to crawl faster, you log into their system. Like Google has Webmaster Tools. Now it's called Search Console. And you go into there, you plug in your account, you click the button to search more. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. These people, best case scenario, they're simply taking money for nothing. Worst case scenario, many of these will actually be stealing your domain. So if you have your domain set up and registry lock is not enabled, they're actually stealing your domain from you. Let's look at their terms and conditions. I'm big about terms and conditions. Let's just flip through here. Ooh, we will not exchange links with link farms. Use spamming or black cat SEO techniques. Ooh, fun. Yeah, I'm going to believe you. You're spamming my email box. Which, by the way, this thing is looked at. Let's see. I'm not going to bother reading all this, but if you can see where I'm at here, I don't know. I'm not going to bother reading all that, but if you look at this email here, that's this one. If you look at these emails here, they look pretty, not sure what information they have there. They look pretty, pretty legitimate. And usually what they do to make sure these are legal is in the fine print, and it's probably here. Well, first and foremost, they're lying because that really tiny fine print you can probably not even read. It says, first, you have received this message because you elected to receive special notification officers. No. I'd swear right now, but I don't like to do that. If you no longer wish to receive such notifications, please unsubscribe here. We'll click on that link too, because clicking on links is fun right now. Now, it should have something in here that this is not an invoice, because if it does not contain that, then they are actually breaking the law. Let's see. I'm thinking that this one here may simply be a law violating thing because they're not telling me that this is not an invoice. That is the one thing that they have to do. Otherwise, it is actually a full violation of United States law at least. Let's go ahead and click on the unsubscribe link. I'm just going to have fun with this. Okay, yeah, right down here. That says it right here. Okay. This is not a bill or an invoice. This is SEO purchase offer. That right there is what makes this legal. And this is a problem with some of our spamming laws. All right. We're going to click on that link too. Enter the email to unsubscribe. Now, usually if you encounter one of these things, now, this is another one of these funny things in the spamming laws, is that they have to, by law, have an unsubscribe link, but most of the time, if you go through and you click on these things, all it does is verifies that this is a real email address. We're going to now add it to even more spamming lists. And so we have serious problems here. I'm actually in favor of being able to have a third-party external verification and third-party external criminal activity for sending these types of things out, because these things just piss me off. These are simply here to take advantage of people who do not know otherwise. Okay, so here... these ones here look much the same way. And it's just the same thing. Here's once again another secure online payment. And you'll see that this is a different company. This is Domain SEO. Notice that domain is spelled incorrectly. Let's see what that one sends me to. Yay! So there's even more fun stuff here. So this is all just, I mean, who knows what's going to happen if I actually enter a credit card into here. I'm not going to agree to your terms now. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of what you'll get as far as spam inside of a domain area. This is another fascinating one. My public-facing phone numbers for my businesses, because of spam, are actually Google numbers. Usually I just get missed calls like this. Pretty rare. But I actually had someone leave me a message. This was awesome. This was a good day. I had a voicemail from this phone number here, 602-567-3654. If anybody happens to want to make $10,000 or more in the next 10 to 14 days, go ahead and give them a call. If you happen to want to give them a call, give me a call. I have some oceanfront property in Montana to sell you. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So they actually got me that. I don't know. Let's play this message. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to log in to play the message. Really? I shouldn't have to log in to play a message. Let's show the remote content. Let's see if I can play this message here. Oh, come on. They're just in the middle of hacking my computer, most likely. That's what's taking so long. But now, this is actually a message that's just from Google Voice. Maybe I won't bother playing the message. If it requires me to actually log in over there, then I'm not going to play it. If it just goes straight to it, then no big deal. Ooh, can I play it? Can I play it? Oh, wait. Bummer. I don't even have speakers on this computer. I can't even play it. Totally forgot. Anyway, but that's a fun one there. $1,000 or more every 10 to 14 days after this message will absolutely blow your mind. Press 1 right now if you want to learn how to make $10,000 or more in your pocket in the next 10 to 14 days. I guarantee you have never seen anything like this before. So press 1 now to get the details, or press 2 and I guarantee you'll never hear from me again. Yeah, right. I believe you. Now, here's the funny thing is they're making money off of this stuff, or else they wouldn't be doing it. And that's kind of the scary part about this world. Let's see what this one is. Okay, well, we got this time. Sometimes you'll get this type of stuff. App Swarm needs your attention. This is the only stock you need to buy today. So this one here is just kind of a more informational one, hoping that we just buy into it or something. So this was kind of more like your old school messages where it would just send you information. This is kind of before you'd send a lot of malware stuff. I doubt there'd be anything bad in this thing. Not quite sure who they are or what they're doing. It's probably, some organization somehow tied to something. I don't even know what this would happen to be. But basically, it's just kind of raising some awareness about this. So if you want to know what stock to buy, don't buy this one. If there's a legitimate company behind this, that this is has something to do with this kind of stuff, sure. Put an end to this. All right. Now we have, let's see if I have anything else anywhere. Oh, lead generation. You have a wonderful morning. I'm from Ray-Ban and Oakley Sunglasses Shore. All model of brand new sunglasses. All for $19.95. Sign me up. If interested, go to my online site. So here we're going to have a look at this link and see what it is. This is actually the link it says it is. This is shocking. Let's see where it goes. They're going to get links from this thing. I'm going to tell them it's kind of working, Yeah, look at that. We actually have some Oakley sunglasses here. This is fun. How much you want to bet that they don't have permission to use the Oakley name and stuff on here? But yeah, anyway, this actually takes you to a store. Probably, if you enter your credit card number in one of these stores here, I'm willing to bet that this is a farm that's going to steal all your credit card information. This is fun. I was curious if some of these go to real places or not. But if they are legitimately selling you sunglasses. The fact that we'd click on this, go to the store, and purchase something it lends them to profitability, and that's kind of an issue. This one I've probably received because of being a web designer guy, so I get all sorts of fun spam like this. So this one's funny because I looked at this one already. If you look at the unsubscribe link, every every link here seems to be going to a similar place. Some of the unsubscribe actually legitimately says it goes to some unsubscribe.php. But the rest of these guys are just going to some other link. I'm going to give these guys like, whoa, this guy's actually buying stuff. He's looking. Cool, we're going to heck him. We're going to hook him. See, if you encounter wonderful logos, let's not use them because they're sending out mass spam. I've never signed up to their lists. I've never agreed to receive anything. I've never had any association with them. Screw that company. This is something I'm receiving, and they're probably taking advantage. I think this is the same Sunglass Hut. What's this one? Yeah, same sunglass store. How much more? I bet it's the same place. Probably just similar, same theme, different URL. Yep. Same exact thing. So basically what these guys have done is taken one site and they've just mass deployed it across the whole bunch of spam URLs, and now they're just sending out spam messages anywhere that they can possibly find any attachments to. Here's the same thing we saw already. Looks like it's even the same exact logo store. Oh, no. Well, uh-oh. Bitly can't do it. We've identified this as spam. That's no longer valid. Sweet. All right. Now we're going to do what I've always wanted to do. We're going to open some attachments. For this part here, I'm actually going to kick myself off the internet. All right. Now we are a completely separate and totally isolated computer here. I have 3 attachments. I've just been itching to see what's in one of these things. I've probably deleted about 100 of these in the last month or so. All right. So I have scanned copy. I have a scanned copy, and I have December month's bill. Dear sir, kindly requested to you to please find the attachment of my December month bills and approve them by your side. Space, period. Regards, Vicky Marksbury. I don't know who Vicky Marksbury is. But anyway, let's see what's in this attachment. Yay, it's a zip. Let's save it to the desktop. See if the computer goes crashing down. Thunderbird's not responding. There we are. Okay, save it to the desktop. Save that one. Oh, we have a scanned copy. 2 scanned copies. These ones don't even give me any text. I mean, this one at least they at least said, "Hey, this is a bill. Check it out." This here, it's just a blank email with an attachment. Of course, we're gonna save the attachment. We're going to save it, and then we're going to open it. See what's in this bad boy. By the way, if I encounter dirty pictures or something, we're going to, edit those out of the video, obviously. All right, there we are. Let me, just to save some memory, I'm just going to go ahead and close that down. Which one should we open first? Let's go with this one. First come, first serve. All right. We have a JavaScript file. We got a JavaScript file. Yeah, that's going to definitely try and exploit something. Now, here, by the way, is another major Windows security issue. And that's that Windows, by default. Hey, look, Windows found some malware. Windows Defender's removing. Don't remove it, Windows Defender. I wanted to read it. By the way, Windows has this major problem, and most of us computer geeks have known about and talked about this problem before, and that's that Windows has this major problem where it likes to hide default extensions, and that's in a default setting. And that's a major problem because you can literally have something with a dot in the name, and it'll say something like, cool document .doc. But really it's a .exe, but you can't see it's a .exe because the extensions are hidden. So really what you should do is you should change that in the control panel settings. It's in the folder settings. If the Eye of Sardon will allow me to type something in. Okay. Ask me anything. I don't really want to ask you anything, but I would like to find my... Where's it at? It's folder options is what it's called. Come on, Windows. I'm not even going to blame running a VirtualBox on this. This is probably the fact that this is running on a VirtualBox while recording HD video on a full HD monitor running off of a USB thumb drive. So this is actually working remarkably well for my setup right now. Yay to the power of Linux. Okay, so over here under your folder options, hit the view and come down here. And this option down here, it says hide extensions for known file types. You want to uncheck that. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to... Oh, this is a .vbs script. Willing to bet that Microsoft's going to find a virus in that one too. Yep, Windows Defender found a virus. And, oh, another JavaScript file. Please, can I have my JavaScript file? Ah, bummer. Okay. I'm actually going to... I'm actually going to disable... No, close. Let's see. I'm actually going to... No. Oh, Lord. I pushed a button I shouldn't have. Now we're frozen. You can probably still hear my audio. Okay, there we are. What I'm going to do is disable my PC monitoring. It is monitored. I want to disable temporarily. Real-time PC protection, I want to turn that off. Cloud-based protection? That must be new. Get real-time protection when Windows Defender sends info to Microsoft about security threats. Ugh. That type of thing scares the bejeepers out of me. I don't want Microsoft sending anything to me. All right. Now let's see if I can look at these. I'm not exactly sure how I'd look at the Visual Basic script, but we're going to look at it anyway. I'm going to give it a try. All right, so there we are. Now we got 3 different JavaScript files. Let's see what this bad boy is going to be trying to do. Oh, close. And I might even execute it too. I'm going to read it first. A JavaScript file, I can open this with WordPad because a JavaScript file, if of course I can. Oh, I opened the VBS file, didn't I? No. WordPad, okay. All right. I know the JavaScript language. I don't know much about this language. So let's see what we got here. UnDLL. So, okay, so we're grabbing we are grabbing a exe file. I don't know the VB programming stuff anymore, but let's see if I can identify anything in here that does make some sense to me. The good take-home message is that unless you intentionally turn off your Windows Defender like I did, which you shouldn't do unless you know exactly what you're doing and trying to do, it did actually block all 3 of the known virus attachments that I got. So this one here, fun. It's actually, okay, that's fun. That's neat. All right, let's look at the JavaScript file. What's this one? Really? I had 2 VBS files? I thought I had 2 JavaScript files. That's a VBS. See, that's a JavaScript file. DEC, VBS. I got 2 VBS files, 1 JavaScript file. Okay, I was right. Okay. So I open that one. Let's open this one up. See what this one's looking like. Yeah, this computer, by the way, is called Spam, if you saw that in the list. I was going to see if these are they might be the same exact file. If anybody actually knows some VB programming, you can tell me what these are doing. Let me know. That'd be awesome to know. Okay. So I'm going to say that these are probably the exact same file, just with a different randomly subscribed name to them. And So therefore likely sent by the same exact people. So okay, there we got there. Now we're going to open the JavaScript file. This is, I actually do know quite a bit more about the JavaScripting. So let's see what this one looks like. Of course, a JavaScript file in Windows by default will try and execute. It's just kind of scary. It shouldn't. There's really not a legitimate reason for it to. I run into that problem. I had to force them to open in Dreamweaver on my Windows computer because it's not uncommon for me to double-click a JavaScript file because I edit them. Yay, look at all these variables. Fun stuff. Oh, hey. Oh boy. Which one should we double click on first? Let's run the JavaScript file. See if that does. Open. Nothing. Visual Basic. Open. Oh, I can't specify. It can't load the resources. That's scary. Fun. I was hoping for some like catastrophic meltdown or something. I was just so totally wanting that to occur. I wanted to get like some instant like your computer now belongs to me. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Regardless, they are files that Microsoft does deem to be dangerous and problematic. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that bad boy on. We're going to right click. We're going to scan these files with Windows Defender, and look at that. It's removing malware. Sweet. What did it remove? Well, I'll go ahead and remove it myself. Okay, well, I'd kind of like to remove it. Haha, it's there forever apparently. Empty recycling bin. Should we see what happens if we reboot the computer in case it just installed something? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and hit restart. Oop. Restart the system. See what happens here. Well, anyway, that was fun either way. Even if we don't get some catastrophic meltdown of my Windows computer. I hope that you learned a little bit about the viruses that you may encounter and being careful about just, don't ever open anything that's in some spam email address. Be extremely cautious of the unsubscribe links. And sometimes there's just really nothing that you're going to be able to do if somebody's sending you a lot of spam. And the sad reality of the matter is we live in a world where, as some people say, is that the internet gives us access to the world, but it also gives the world access to us. And we really have to be intelligent about what we do and how we do things to make sure that we are not falling prey to these guys. So let's see if the computer boots back on. Of course, it's also very possible that because I disconnected from the internet, that could have blocked anything. If these things had to actually get in and actually do anything by interfering with the internet, then I would have blocked that by disconnecting the connection to the internet. But I also didn't really want my IP address to go back to the spammers as well. Just as an extra measure of security. But as long as it boots back on and I can delete my 3 files, then I'll kind of say that I didn't melt the computer down, but at least we had a chance to look at some things. So anyway, if assuming this is good, then we'll wrap up the video here shortly. So tell me what you think. Are you getting different types of spam? Have you ever opened spam accidentally? Have you ever had some virus totally take over your computer? Right now, this is actually taking quite a bit longer than it usually does to boot up. So I'm kind of curious what happens when I get into here. That'll be fun. Well, it's not telling me that everything's all locked up. Let's see if I can delete these. It's very funny that Windows Defender didn't seem to want to delete those. Should we get on the internet right now, see what happens? All right, give that a second for the internet to show up, and let's see here. 4 messages. Those are probably the old messages that were cleared. Let's get on to Edge. Maybe get on to Edge. Well, we seem to be relatively virus free. So I'm not sure exactly what people were hoping by sending me some JavaScript and some VB files in .zips. But hey, that was fun either way. Got a chance to play with some spam, and who knows, maybe in a different environment setup, maybe if I was on the internet when I double-clicked the files, maybe if all that, a couple of those different things would have occurred, perhaps it would have actually given me some problems. But anyway, that was kind of that. A little bit of fun there, and let me know what you thought. That was a fascinating little take. I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. It was not quite as exciting as I was hoping. I'd get some totally crippled computer after opening those up, but maybe Windows 10 is a little bit better at preventing that kind of stuff than sometimes we give it credit for. But anyway, this has been Tom, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.